Okay, so we're heading down Arapahoe here, and we're gonna start talking about what was done in the 90s. Okay, so we're gonna pass by my old place on Arapahoe here, and at the same time I'm gonna sort of try to figure out where to park. Okay, so here it is. This is it right here. I think there's parking in the back, so I'll just park in the back. Okay, so we're arriving at my place where I used to live. Okay, so 2D. Okay, so ooh. Okay, this is really loud. It's gonna be hard to do. Okay, first thing, I got my joke. I got my sarcastic, jokey shirts to sort of show the lying murderers at LAPD and what they're doing to try to cover this all up. Now, the first question you're gonna ask yourself is, why is Los Angeles Police Department trying to cover up illegal operations in Boulder, Colorado? So that's the first question you gotta ask, is what does Los Angeles Police have to do with Boulder, Colorado? Well, it's federal extermination operations. Oh, let's see. Oh, you're not part of... Oh. Do you know the... Oh, I thought you were in 2D because I used to live here in 93 or something. But never mind, I'll knock on the door and see if he's home or something a little later. All right, thanks. Oh, what? Oh, in 1992, I lived here, and I went to University of Colorado. Don't worry, this is a joke. And all sorts of freaky, shady operations are going on. Most of the world knows about it, but illegal operations, people sent in my house to do freaky things, like a gay guy was sent in, and because I didn't ask the guy out, the world was told that I'm homophobic and hate gays, and it switches from thing to thing like that, so I'm documenting my life when I went to University of Colorado and all the illegal activities. Okay, we're up here on Broadway, on the hill, on Broadway and Pennsylvania. Wait, didn't I just come from, like, Pennsylvania? Okay, and Kelly Hatch, Penn State, right? Kelly Hatch are working some weird Penn State angle with Kelly Hatch and Paul Humphrey and shit like that. Okay, so here we are. Here we are. Car's dirty. We are on the hill. We're gonna go to the sink here. I think the first thing I'm gonna do is ask him if I can quickly talk into a camera for a few seconds, or maybe just get some quick video. I'll get some video, then I'll explain it. So I'll get some video, and then I'll go in and say, like, this is the area. And then I'll come out and I'll explain it, because I don't want to piss people off. Like, I don't want to make, like, customers pissed off. Like, that guy won't shut up with his camera, that type of thing. Okay, so we're cruising over. Okay, so we're gonna go up here first. We're gonna go up here, and there's a house here. Whoa, check that out. You're above me. Okay, so check this thing out. Okay, so he's above me. Okay, so we're gonna go. We have a special, I totally forgot about this incident. It was totally out of my brain. This links to Jennifer Pilchick Perelman, Eric Feely, and Matt, whatever his last name is, from the Arapahoe 1818 house. Okay, we do have battery power. Now, I don't know exactly which house it was. I'm gonna sort of try to remember the events because I'm going really fast. It was a long time ago. So where was it? First, I gotta figure out which house it was. Okay, now these are connected events from Jennifer Pilchick Perelman, who just lost against Debbie Wasserman Schultz for Florida Congress. My sister-in-law trying to cover up these kill and extermination operations to try to make me look crazy and lock me away. Okay, right now we're at fraternity houses, so Maple House, I don't know. fraternity house. Shit. It might not have been a fraternity house back then, I'm not sure. Shit. Okay, so maybe this one with the stair thing. Or no, oh, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was this house. Now there's a little police thingy over here, or unless this is the police thing. No, this is a, okay, so remember this is 94. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this was it. Okay, so back to the Arapaho house. We have the Grateful Dead guy in there. He's migrating me out. Eric Feely's sort of setting it up with the police and government. He's migrating me out of the house. They're making up lies that I'm doing things wrong, like that I'm migrating him out. Like, you see what I'm saying? They're like everything else. So I'm a horrible, mean asshole that's trying to get rid of people, yet I'm being a really nice guy, and they're bringing people in to rid me of the world, and then the police write up reverse reports like they're doing from police department to police department for mass groups. Mass strangers, I don't know. Example, when that guy called me bud down there at the sink, just like these other people, strangers. I haven't been in Colorado. Let me put it this way. I have not been in Colorado for 23 years. And that guy's probably, if that guy was even born when I was here. Okay, so the history of Nick is that, okay, I take a photography class, and all these things are happening, and I don't know they're happening. Chad Bowers lends me his Canon AE1. This is the day of film photography. We just do our assignments. Now, the first day of class, Nick says, if you don't show up to critique, it's an automatic F. And what happens is, okay, it's an automatic F, which is a little strange because I've been in hundreds of art classes. I've never heard teachers be that stringent. What happens is, right around this time or before this, I lived down here on the house I did yesterday, Broadway and University. So Broadway and University with the Julia things and the vacuum. Okay, so that was house number 3. And Chad Bowers lived on Pearl Street on the house I showed. Oh, I showed it on the fun video, but I didn't show it on this video. The Pearl Street house, so down on Pearl Street. Okay, so what happens is Chad says, Kevin, hey, you want my houses on Pearl Street and it's a really great price and blah, blah, blah. I go, that's fucking great, on Pearl Street? Yeah, shit, yeah. Although, honestly, the thing about the hill's probably better. Either way, they're different. You know, the Pearl Street's more of a bar drinking street. Okay, so I rent that house, Chad Bowers' house. Now, the day of critique comes. And and something happens. My power goes out. You know, was it the block? Did someone pull a fuse? I don't know, but the power goes out and my alarm doesn't wake me up. And I go into critique and I get an automatic F. Okay, so here we are at Fisk Observatory here at Boulder, Colorado. We're just paxing it. They call me Kevin Spacey Perelman, and here we are. I found some binary orbiting paths by the constellation Lyra, which is really weird because I'm not really into astronomy. I'm really just some dude in a mental institution, you know, looking from K-Pax, and I like to eat banana skins. Okay, so here we are, Fisk Observatory, And I don't know. Okay, so whatever, you know, my college days. This is cool. The observatory is cool. I don't really have much to say here about the observatory. Is that there's a lot of weird shit going on around Kevin Perelman, and based on me taking astronomy classes. I mean, can you explain that? Okay, so every day I'm paxing it. Okay, so every day I'm paxing it. Come on, sing along. Okay, so so this is Fick's Observatory. Fick's whatever, you know, like Griffith Park Observatory, Fick's Observatory. We can go up close. There's a larger section over there, you know, where they project the constellations and stars and all that. Now this also kind of links to the girl from my astronomy classes who followed me and moved above me on the house we did before. You can kind of see the anger with these people's faces. I don't exactly understand what their anger is. It's like, we're hunting you to kill you and try to make you look like a violent paranoid schizo who conforms the media, and we're mad at you because we haven't turned you into a violent paranoid schizo yet. I mean, it doesn't really make much sense. Okay, there's no it's like everything else, right? Use of all these things. So this is Fisk Observatory. Now there were some really cool astronomy classes here, but they were tough. Okay, they're fucking, you gotta be like a fucking physics expert. So most important, okay, so most important, this is Fisk, and okay, so this is Fisk. Now they have a girl in this class, or one of these classes. She gets an apartment above mine. I explained it at the location, but I'm just sort of reaffirming it. She follows me, just like the same Kelly Hatch tactic in Southern Oregon State College. She follows me and moves above me, and then probably plays the game with the government that Kevin's stalking me and Kevin won't leave me alone. And then they play the twin game. Hey, now there's two Kelly lookalikes, turning everything around, right? I'm not in control of the situation. So when they send Kelly to follow me up from Calabasas to Southern Oregon State College, I'm not in control of that. Then it happens here, and then they run around with the psychology community going, look what Kevin's doing, he's crazy, he's going after lookalikes, all this weird freaky shit. Okay, so now, and then they start doing the movie crap in Hollywood, like with Kevin Spacey and K-Pax, trying to sort of send me idea of reference messages in their Kevin conforms to media tactics, right? Now you can kind of see the look on all these students here, how they're mad at me, but they don't want to admit to the situation. And the reason nobody wants to talk about the situation is because of their guilt. This is a little different. Yeah. Okay, so in 1990, the pool tables were all down there in that second behind those glass things, and there were a shitload of them all the way down there. And then there's a second room back here with tons of pool tables down there. Now there's just a few pool tables here. Okay, so the days of pool playing seems to be over. The bowling alley here was always here, and when they're making the movie, the dude, the Big Lebowski, that's kind of the references are directed. A lot of them are sort of trying to direct them towards me, trying to make me look like a schizo or things like this. record a lot. Alright, so check it out.
Yeah.
And this is just weird.
Yeah. They turn different colors and stuff.
Oh, do they? Yeah. So Friday night's disco.
Right.
Disco Inferno. You too. Okay, so you hear the nices, the have a good ones, the nices, the I don't know you, I know you. Okay, so this was the connection. Okay, the nices back to Dincy. So we've had like 5 or 6 nices, and you're gonna ask yourself, what does Dincy have to do with Boulder, Colorado? I mean, it doesn't even make any sense, right? Okay, except for Mike Wexler talking about hitting people with his cars, or being allowed to hit people with your cars, or something like that, or pedestrians, I don't know. Okay, so we were talking about Julia and the copy set. Okay, so this is where Mr. Tomatoes was. Okay, so this is the connection. Mr. Tomatoes. So there were pool tables all the way down here. And then Mr. Tomatoes, it's hard to say, it looks like some of the walls, maybe, I'm not sure if they did or didn't, but you would come through a door here. Maybe it was this door, I think it was probably this door. And this was the storage area now, was Mr. Tomatoes, okay? And there were some hinting messages from Fernanda Simi about tomatoes and things like that. Okay, so Mr. Tomatoes was here as a pizza, like little Italian restaurant, and this was all pool tables, okay? So that's all pool tables. You know, I might video in here and then talk more about it outside, but get kind of the locations. Okay, so the copy center that I was talking about, Julia, who kind of walked down by my house or whatever, that gave me free copies, I believe. I don't think this elevator was here, I'm not sure. But I believe right here was a little copy machine and a desk and all that, and a little window, which it looks like they might have modified unless it was over here or something. So she gave me the free copies, hinting about copies or mimics. They gave me the free piece of pizza there, Mr. Tomatoes, and then my friend said, oh, pizza? I said, yeah, they just gave me for free. They said the pizza's old, and then they ran in, everyone went in to get free pizza, and they said, no, it's not free. So I can't tell you if the girl was flirting with me or she's trying to fuck with me. But first we have twos. We have one there, and we have one there, and we have the related schizophrenia tactics to try to make it look like I'm a violent paranoid schizo, and linking to lead officer Dincy all the way back in Los Angeles, who's just been federally sued for trying to lock people in mental institutions like me. Okay, we are here in Aspen Grove. This is where I lived, my second house after the house on Arapahoe. This is off 28th Street in Boulder. I can't remember what street this is. This is Aspen Grove. This is, I think, 104. I don't know if it's A, B, or C. I'm guessing it's A. I think C is at the top, so it's A. So this is where I moved in. I'm gonna just sort of note the pairs of twos in the corner there backwards or whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna note, after the Arapahoe house, after I lived on the Arapahoe house, 1818 Arapahoe, with Eric Feely and Matt, all the events that happened is very strange events. Actually, hold on, something's going down here. Okay, so some very strange events that happened with the gay guy we talked about, and then the Grateful Dead guy. Oh, you're the guy that signed you last time, right? Yeah. Oh, what was your name? Theo. Theo. Kevin, I'm sure you know. Yeah, so, ooh, going on the date, right? Yeah, I mean, for my girlfriend. Yeah, so, good. Theo. Okay, so, so I lived, so we had the gay guy, and we had the Grateful Dead guy, and Jason's friend, Jason Baum. Theo here is parked backwards too, by the way, and he wasn't happy and smiley like the first time. I don't know what changed, because I haven't been here or anything since the last time I was here, since I first arrived to town, and he is really friendly. Okay, so okay, so after they finally migrated me out of the house, Jason Baum, do you want me to scare him with his gun? Trying to make it look like I'm a crazy, violent, paranoid schizo with a gun, doing demented things, all linked to Jason Perelman. And magically, my family had Noah Schiller. Magically, my family had Noah Schiller here. Friend of the family, which I wasn't really close or friends with, but my mother's friends with his mother, Deborah Schiller. So just convenient, right? Just sort of migrate me in here. Then Noah starts working on me with his girlfriend. Let's see, the first event that comes off the top of my mind is his girlfriend's friend comes over. She was in the theater department, I think. That's interesting because Kelly Hatch, I think, was in the theater department too at Southern Oregon State College. And her friend comes over. It's a gorgeous girl. I can't remember, like kind of a Eastern look, maybe, like a mix, maybe Eastern look, long black hair. Technically, you might think about it because Kelly Hatch, Indian, dark skin, like kind of brownish, dark Indian skin and long, straight black hair. She comes over and she says, you know, hey Kevin, so and so said you might help me move, and you know we do that. You know, I'll take you out and this and that. Okay, so I help her move, and then she blows me off like, you know what, I don't have time to help you and this and that, you know, take you out and this and that. Okay, so what is it you think this person was doing with a long string of women told, just checking to see if I'm recording, what do you think she was doing with a long string of women told to sort of dangle the carrot and then try to piss me off over and over, one sequentially after the next, right? Come 29, when I sort of, as they would say, Kevin's getting paranoid, I was sort of looking back at my life, like how come there's these weird, freaky, repetitive patterns of behaviors, right? This girl's dangling the carrot and trying to piss me off. This girl's dangling the carrot trying to piss me off. This girl's dangling the carrot trying to piss me off. And I wasn't seeing the freaky double thing and the twins things they were doing and the look-alike things that they were doing. So, but the point is that, hey, help me move, and you know, I'll take you out and this and that, and you help him move, and you know, I don't have time. Okay, well, that's not fucking cool, right? And so she's sort of using her looks and trying to manipulate, but in the end, it's really about trying to make someone look like a serial killer or a murderer, or there's another word for that, set up or frame. Okay, just like I'm talking about Cianijitang. Hey, you know, you're flying from Colorado to California, why don't you stop off here and we'll go out? Okay, you stop off here and I'm not interested.